cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick. My game too cold, made it shiver, but I'm still a hot boy. Cool it down, let it simmer. Hey, see him mad, got him bitter. Can't stop the shine with a dimmer. Only what I give her, and she let her call me baby, but I do not need a sitter. See me dip, yeah, I'm saucing. People let the bank see me often. Let the money run, it's a faucet. She gave me the that's a bosses. Took over the game, now we all in. I was down in the chips, then went all in. Throwing up the game, ain't no vomit. Make my mama stop working, that's the promise. Going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm P-P-P-Low, time to bring the bass back.
We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014 as you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Detroit Lions and the San Francisco 49ers. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. Wait, exit. Flag! 40's the high 7.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff them in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, set the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll get 5 on the dump-off there, and that'll lead to a third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will mark this thing right at the 15-yard line.
At their own 15-yard line.
Here we go. Ready? Watch the slant. Slant. Yes.
They'll run for the first with Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now the first carry for Wendell Smallwood. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. In a game of this magnitude, it's always good to get out to a great start, but a game of this magnitude, you go up early, that's a big deal.
It's a huge deal. Psychologically, you now have the advantage as well as on the scoreboard, and also, it's a settling effect for your team. You're in it now. You've got the lead. Let's just go play some more ball.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll need to come from behind if they want to play in 2 weeks as they trail early in this NFC Championship game.
He's crazy. He's checking crack. Alert 3.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Check. Down. Check. Here we go.
From the gun, they run with Smallwood. And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Hey, pick your game up.
On 3rd and short, Smallwood. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
80 weapons. Hey, alert 3.
And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A gain there of 21 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
11. It's going to be a long day. He's coming. Double up.
the former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41.
Watch it. 1, Omaha. 11.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. He's got the first down here inside the 30. Touchdown, 49ers. Tyler Boyd, 41 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Again, the Smallwood out of the gun. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
And it's 3rd down.
Now Foles. That escapes, but in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Nick Bosa coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. This is away, and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Lions, nothing.
Here we go. 180. Let's pick it up. It's out. Flag. Get off the field.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
But what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. The Clemson Tiger, Vic Beasley, reaches home that time.
Here we go.
Now they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Let's go. Let's bring it. 21.
Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. They'll set up a screen for Breida, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. They stay on the ground on 1st with Johnson. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
65. Tiger.
They run, Smallwood, and an alley to run. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, Detroit. Wendell Smallwood, 69 yards, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They've done nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
This is taken at his 4. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
Here we go. Black 80. I'm coming. Stick. Undercut.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And the ball is knocked out. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
Throwing on 2nd down. Foles. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Kerryon Johnson, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On the ground, this is Johnson. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make the play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt him later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
Now a first down throw complete downfield. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
That's good for a 49er first down.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. On first down, here's Breida. Touchdown, 49ers! Matt Breida, 39 yards. Where the Niners are able to stretch their lead. So much talk this week on the other side about slowing him down coming off that great performance, NFC Offensive Player of the Week last week. But long touchdown run there, nobody was stopping him.
Yeah, good luck for that because that was an explosive run. You know, in the NFL, they describe that as any run over 10 yards. Some teams say 15. He went over 20-plus on that one.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Yeah, they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive. Missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Space to maneuver at the 40. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Let's go, boys. Bring it
A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report in a bit. The coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
What we got? What we got? 54.
First down, a run with Smallwood. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
At their 48-yard line.
Right in. 57. No gain on this. What we got? What we got? He's coming. He's coming. He's coming.
On 2nd down, Smallwood. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. 38 yards on the scamper there.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A run with Smallwood. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. And his kick is right there. It's good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Two. We got 3. 2. Small. Check. 48.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Garoppolo gives to Breida. They find some open field here. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Matt Breida with his second touchdown here in this first half. Here the Niners are able to stretch their lead. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at the big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire...
And he's going to go down again. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
and I never want to make something.
And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run again on first down to Smallwood. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Switch up, switch up.
2nd and 5 now. Foles completing it here to Marvin Jones. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Lions.
So they go from 142-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10.
Out. Check 9, check 9. Check 43.
Foles throwing deep for Galladay. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter if it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball. And that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Let's go. 57's right. All day, baby, all day.
Here's Foles. Looking downfield for Jones. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This has kind of been the story all night long, hasn't it? An inability to really get much done on 3rd downs, and it's costing them.
And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position. Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Hey, alert! Alert! Alert!
This is Breida. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup, and now they've got a 3rd down and 8.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here we go, here we
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
34 yards there and a first down.
First down.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. He finds his man Johnson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
First down.
Let's go.
Detroit.
Hey, Silver.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Screenplay, Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Good. 180. 12. Great. Hayden full. Check 4. Here we go.
2nd and 15. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Nick Bosa able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Third and long.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
No. Go ahead, baby. Go. Girl. Check.
Back to throw here. He'll get this one to Galladay. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was looking for Matt Breida out of the backfield, but it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now it's Breida. And he's got room. And all the way down to the 26. And he will finally be wrestled down at the Lions' 26. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Breida. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down.
Go. 48 to Mike. Hey, check. Hey, alert 48. Alert. Hey, we gonna Mike the 48. Right.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Baby, I got you. Hey, phone one.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get in the end zone, but then, at least we're going to get three. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
Second and 6. The Lions' 26-yard line.
White. 10. 65.
Now Mostert. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Niners on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Check 48 to Mike.
On third down, a run from Breida. He's got the first down inside the 10. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Matt Breida saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Gold with the extra point, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. This fielded at the 2. Now a hit and a loose football.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
They start the drive with Smallwood. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. The Lions on third down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Back to throw. Throwing deep for Galladay. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Here's Matt Weil now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here we go,
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Garoppolo, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now a toss play, it's Breida, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Let's get it. 48 for Mike. All right, T, let's go. All right, T.
Second down, McKinnon, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Now Garoppolo. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now. He's been terrific so far. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base,
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D Ford in there to drop him, and that is the 7th time tonight that he has gone down.
this offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
On second down now, Smallwood. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
Right there.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Go, go, go. Yeah. Let's go, B. Let's go. Hey, let's get there. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Motion, motion. Bump, 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 bump. What we got? What we got? Check 3. Check 3. Check 24. Check 24. Hey, Keaton.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, second and 10.
Hey, I got him. That's me. Watch out.
Second and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. DeForest Buckner, his second sack of the night.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That's complete to his receiver, Kane. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's fourth down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Looking to throw. And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Let's go. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Second and long. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 43. Foles now just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a first and 10. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
It's now second and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
We got double time. Hey. 4 down.
They'll look to throw. Johnson's got it complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.